Hey, Shalom, Akim, Shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to start off by giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, from whom I learned this truth, and Shalom to the hopeful elect out there, wherever you might be. All right, so today we're going to cover this UFO hearing, the so-called UAP hearing. Okay, which if you don't know by now that the UAPs, UFOs, flying saucers, tic tac UFOs, if you don't know by now that those are the chariots written about in the scriptures, also known as the clouds. Okay, if you don't know that by now, then you need to do your homework. Go watch some of my videos on this channel, or go watch some of the videos of Great Millstone, how they talk about, and they break it down in the scriptures, okay, that the UFOs, the so-called UFOs, are actually the chariots, the vehicles which the angels, all right, use to get around. And also Yahweh Shai is going to be returning on a giant chariot as well, all right. And people see these all the time, especially I know the brothers of Great Millstone, when they're out there in the camps, a lot of times they'll look up and they'll see some of these chariots, man. All right. And I believe, by faith, that I've seen at least on two occasions some chariots, all right. Ones that look like clouds and others that actually look like bright orbs in the sky. All right. And Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua is going to be returning on one of those to, destroy our enemies and also to save us from our enemies at the same time, man. All right. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is coming back to make war with you Edomites. All right. Which the Edomites are the so-called white people today. All right. The so-called white man. All right. You are the wicked that the Bible speaks of. All right. You're the ones who enslaved the Israelites. All right. Took their land. Right. Took advantage of them in ways that are so deep that most people can't even open their eyes and understand how deep your wickedness is, Esau. But the Lord sees all things, man. All right. That's why the scriptures say the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai are in every place. All right, and we're actually gonna start right there. Let's go to that scripture right quick, and then we'll go into this video, Lord willing. This is Proverbs 15:3. The eyes of Yahweh are in every place, beholding the evil and the good. You see, so Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, can't hide from Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, the Lord knows what you're doing underground in them dumbs. The Lord knows what you're doing behind your little round table meetings. All right. The Lord knows what you're doing up there in the heavens. All right. And the Lord knows what you're doing behind closed doors out here on the earth, man. All right. And you Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, all right, those of you that are messing around and you're not taking this thing serious, the Lord's watching you too, man. All right. So if you're in the world, right, you're living that worldly lifestyle, you need to come out of that. Come back to the ways of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Come back, all right, to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. All right, so this is the video. It's titled Replay. Second UFO hearing held by U.S. Congress. Witnesses include FMR military. Okay, this was streamed 23 hours ago. All right, it's the 14th of November right now. So this was very recent. And the brothers were talking about how, this is going to be, there was going to be a congressional hearing on this. They already did one before. And as I covered in my last few videos, they've been giving police pamphlets on how to deal with so-called UFOs. So they're preparing not only their governments, but they're preparing the people for a so-called alien invasion. All right, which is leading up to, if you read the book of 2nd Esdras, I believe it's the 13th chapter, it talks about how the armies of the world will be fighting And then when Yahweh Shai shows up, they're going to stop fighting and they're going to turn and try to fight the Lord. All right. And Esau is crazy enough to do that. And that's what he's doing right now. He's putting it in everyone's head that there's a threat from another dimension or another world coming over here to attack us, and that we need to fight back. All right, that's the narrative. If you understand, if you're watching, the videos, filtering everything through the scriptures, you understand how Esau is. Okay, you can understand that that's his goal, is to put it in everybody's head that we need to come together. That's why they have this agenda, this world peace, come together, new world order, because they want to ultimately fight the Lord and try to be like the Most High. All right, but it's not gonna work, Esau. The Lord is putting great fear in your heart, man. All right. And I was watching this earlier through the brother. I was watching the brother Samak's channel. All right, and he was going into it, and I was, when he would bring out these points, and I would laugh, at the fact that Esau's terrified out here, man. All right, because we're tired of getting our asses kicked by Esau, and the Lord is a God of just balances, man. So he's not gonna let us get our asses whooped this long and then just forgive you. No, Esau's gonna have to go through 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, and then he's gonna be eliminated. All right, but before all that happens, the Lord's gonna return for war, and he's gonna crush a lot of you Edomites like grapes. All right, so without any further ado, let's go ahead and start this video.
My colleague here, Mr. Elizondo, does discuss some USO activity that he's observed in certain DoD databases.
Mr. Elizondo, in regards to these aircraft being piloted by whatever they might be, non-human biologics, would you agree that it's likely that they are being piloted by some mind-body connection?
Ma'am, I think it is safe to presume here that they are being intelligently controlled, because some cases seem to anticipate our maneuvers, and in other cases they seem to. I came across an email where the word "stalked" was used in a very secure email between Navy officers discussing their ships being pursued by a UAP.
In our previous panel, we had Grush.
Boom, right there, stalked. You see, and so they suspect that there's a mind-body connection, because, basically what he's saying is, when these fighter jets are up there flying, all right, the chariots of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai are predicting what they're going to do before they even do it. So to them, it's like, oh, it's a mind-body connection, or they're reading our thoughts, or they know what we're going to do before we do it, and it's freaking Esau the fuck out. All right. And, that's the Lord showing himself strong, man. All right, let's go into that. That's 2 Chronicles chapter 16 and verse 9. And let's go into the blue letter, actually. 2 Chronicles 16 and 9. It says, "For the eyes of Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shai, run to and fro throughout the whole earth." Right, so the eyes of the Lord are these chariots. Right, that's how the Lord sees what's going on down here. He has his messengers, the angels, in the chariots, and they can see everything that's going on, everything that's happening on this earth. Every single person, all their actions and thoughts and emotions are being tracked, all right, by Yahweh Bashim Yahushai through the angels, man. All right, so for the eyes of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai run to and fro throughout the whole earth to show himself strong in behalf of them whose heart is perfect toward him. And the only people whose heart is perfect towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is the elect of Israel. Right? So 1/3 of you Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians are the elect. Right? You're the ones whose heart is perfect towards Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, we've given up, Lord willing, I'll be one of them. We've given up everything for Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, that's our life's mission, is to serve Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. All right, we do our best to follow commandments. We're keeping the faith. All right, we believe in Yahweh Bashim Yahushai strongly. All right, with conviction. All right, it says, herein thou hast done foolishly, therefore from henceforth thou shalt have wars. All right, so the point is that the eyes of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai run to and fro throughout the whole earth, right? These chariots, for why? To show himself strong to us, the hopeful elect, man. All right? And, the Lord is fucking with Esau's, Esau's heart. All right, they're up there terrified, talking about mind-body connection. They can predict our moves before we do them. All right, it's like when you're in boxing or you're playing a game of basketball, and no matter what you do, your opponent is always 3 steps ahead of you and you feel like helpless. That's how Esau feels up there with all his technology, with all the wealth in the world. All right, with the best fighter jets, with the best technology that they haven't even shown to us, and they feel completely helpless amongst the chariots of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. You see? So this ain't no joke, man. The Lord is a scary power, man. All right, the king of terrors. All right, this is Job 18 and verse 14. His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. All right, that is one of the titles of Yahweh, the king of terror, the king of terrors. All right, I believe there was another scripture on that, but nevertheless, let's get back to this video here.
He had testified to say that some of these were interdimensional beings. Can you speak on that at all?
Ma'am, I'm not qualified.
Interdimensional beings. You see that? Let's get that again.
Observed in certain DoD databases.
Mr. Elizondo, in regards to these aircraft being piloted by whatever they might be, non-human biologics, would you agree that it's likely that they are being piloted by some mind-body connection?
Ma'am, I think it is safe to presume here that they are being intelligently controlled because some cases seem to anticipate our maneuvers, and in other cases they seem to
anticipate. Let's get that word, anticipate. It means to regard as probable, expect, or predict. You see? Predict. So the angels know what Esau's going to where he's going to turn before he does it. All right? But let's get back to the video here.
An email where the word "stalked" was used
right, the Lord is showing himself. The Lord is showing himself strong
officers
on our behalf, because the Lord knows that we're gonna be watching this video and be edified, by the men of the Lord who are, filtering it through the scriptures and showing you, hey, this is prophecy being fulfilled, man. All right, this is exactly what the scriptures are talking about. All right, and soon, the Lord, of course, the MLTB has to be mandated in Jacob's trouble, but the Lord is going to be returning very soon after. All right, and these chariots are going to be all over the skies, from one end of the heaven to the other. That's all you're going to be seeing is chariots, and Esau is going to be shitting his pants, man. All right,
their ships being pursued by a UAP.
In our previous panel, we had Grush, and he had testified to say that some of these were interdimensional beings. Can you speak on that at all?
Ma'am, I'm not qualified, certainly as a scientist or otherwise, to speculate points of origin. I looked at everything from a scientific perspective. So if you look at, for example, instantaneous acceleration, which was one of the observables.
So let's stop right there. So she mentioned interdimensional beings. All right, which isn't the first time we've heard this. I believe, through other videos I've seen, they've been mentioning that they fear that these aliens, these so-called aliens, are interdimensional beings. All right, which is accurate, except the Lord is not, a little green alien. No, he's a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. All right, the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and him and the angels and Yahweh, they are interdimensional beings. All right, which we're gonna grab that scripture here. So let's go to Isaiah 26 and 21. And it reads, "For behold, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, cometh out of his place to punish the inhabitants of the earth for their iniquity. The earth also shall disclose her blood and shall no more cover her slain." That's right. So the Lord is exposing Esau. We've seen plenty of examples of that. All right. All these different conspiracy theories that are coming out that are showing to be conspiracy facts. All right. And you can read about, all the different underground dumbs and, how they bring, children down there and do all types of evil. All right. All these sacrifices and, disgusting rituals that they do. Okay. And many other disgusting things. All right. But, that's coming out into the light. All right. But the point is, behold, Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai cometh out of his place. And let's look that word place up in the Hebrew. Out of his place, makom.
Strong's H 4725. Makom.
Makom, which means standing place, city, land, region. Okay, place, locality, spot, space. Okay, room. Right, you could think of an outer space, distance. All right, here's an interesting one. Direction. All right, so those of us that know about, a little bit about science and space and outer space, we know that, we live in a three-dimensional world. All right, you got left, right, you got up, down, you got side to side, right? So you got height, width, depth, right? And then the fourth dimension is time. Okay, but as the scriptures say, Yahweh has always been. All right, he was never created and never will die. So Yahweh is above time. So we know that he has to be in another dimension. All right, and he wouldn't be in outer space in another planet. No, he's from a whole nother dimension. He's in the spirit realm or the spirit world. Okay, so now we take that and we go back. We're going to read that again. It says, for behold, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh. And the beautiful thing is, before we read that, let's read the verse before that. Verse 20. "Come, my people, enter thou into thy chambers and shut thy doors about thee. Hide thyself as if it were for a little moment until the indignation be overpast." Right, so those chambers are these chariots, man. All right, close the doors of thy chambers, man. All right, and then after it speaks about the chariots, it talks about how the Lord is coming from the spirit realm. All right, so yeah, the Lord is interdimensional. So are the angels. All right, so, these people know, and they're watching our videos too. All right, a lot of the stuff they say sounds like they heard it from one of our videos because they see these things happening and they don't fully understand it. So they put two and two together based off of, what they have seen, their small understanding of science. But mainly, it's through the videos that the Great Millstone Brethren are putting out. All right. And I believe I wanted to go back a little bit. So 2406. Let's go back 20 seconds.
Previous panel, we had Grush, and he had testified to say that some of these were interdimensional beings. Can you speak on that at all?
Ma'am, I'm not qualified, certainly as a scientist or otherwise, to speculate points of origin. I looked at everything from a scientific perspective. So if you look at, for example, instantaneous acceleration, which was one of the observables of the program that I belong.
Instantaneous acceleration, right? So imagine you're driving a car, okay? You hit the gas, there's a little bit of lag. You got to wait like half a second to a second or 2 seconds sometimes for the car to start slowly picking up speed. All right, same thing with an airplane, a rocket. All right, even though these things are faster than a car, right? they always take time to accelerate. Well, the chariots of Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai can go from 0 to 1,000 instantly. All right, and that's what he's going to go into.
ATIP, the human body can withstand about 9 G forces for a short period of time before you suffer negative biological consequences, blackouts, and ultimately redouts, and even death.
Right, so 9 G forces. So, for example, let's say you weigh 100 pounds, right? And depending on how fast you accelerate, let's say you're on a fighter jet, it was pretty fast, and they accelerate really fast. They hit the gas, they hit the, whatever, and you go 9 G forces of acceleration. All right. So now, instead of feeling like you weigh 100 pounds, you're going to feel like you weigh 900 pounds. And that's why he's saying that can cause blackouts and death, because, the human body, the human frame is not meant to feel 900 pounds on your chest for extended periods of time. Right? You might could feel that for a quarter of a second, and you might just get injured, but you'll live through it. But imagine, feeling 900 pounds for more than a few seconds, you're just gonna die. All right, but watch what he's gonna say next.
Comparison, our best technology, the F-16, which is it's older platform, but one of our most highly maneuverable aircraft, manned aircraft, made by General Dynamics, can perform about 17 or 18 G forces before you start having structural failure, meaning that the air.
Yeah, so those fighter jets he's talking about can go 19 G forces or whatever before it starts to fall apart, right? Because we got, very strong materials here on Earth, but they don't compare to what Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai's chariots are made out of. All right, even the strongest steel will break if you force it to speed up fast enough. Like I made the example of going from 100 pounds to 900 pounds instantly. You could imagine how that's going to put a lot of pressure on something. Now, he said 17 G forces, which is even more, right?
Against disintegrate while you're flying. The vehicles we're talking about are performing in excess of 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 Gs.
So are you...
You see that right there? Hey, Kahala Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. That's beautiful. That's incredible. And we've actually seen and heard other reports talking about how, these chariots of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai can go in one direction, right? 10,000 miles an hour. Stop instantly and go a whole nother direction at the same speed without having to turn, without having to slow down, stop, speed up, none of that. Just instant, man, from one direction to another. Some shit that would basically flatten you up against the wall like a pancake, a millimeter thin, flat as a piece of paper. All right. Yet the angels of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, they survived that. All right, and I'm sure they're comfortable in those chariots. They're don't even feel it. All right, that's the technology of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Esau doesn't compare. Esau's wicked, demonic technology does not compare to the technology of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, man. Esau, you don't stand no chance, man. All right? You're not going to be able to stop our salvation, man, so you might as well just give up now. All right? Esau's going to have all his technology, all the other nations come together and fight the Lord, and the Lord is going to destroy them without effort, man. All right? And the Lord is going to rescue us from this damn devil, and we're going to establish the eternal kingdom here on the earth. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai is going to establish it, and we're going to rule over you Edomites, and whip your asses for 1,000 years, man. That's what's coming, man. That's the pleasure, the supreme pleasure that us Israelites of the elect, Lord willing, I'm one of them, are going to be able to glory in, to have pleasure in, is putting our foot up your ass for all the shit you've done to us and what you continue to do every single fucking day, man. All right? So there's not going to be any mercy for you Edomites, man. All right? And this should make you excited. This should make you happy, Yasharallah. All right? You should be jumping for joy when you hear this, man, because, all this stuff is happening at once, man. You got Trump in the office. They're talking about no matter what happens, a recession's going to come. All right? We know that's going to usher in the new CBDC currency, and that's going to usher in the mark of the MOTB, right? All right, which of course they're going to need that great chaos first, more than likely. So, which that could easily be done through many means. All right, but you can see clearly how all these things are coming together, and the chariots are starting to show so much activity that they are having to have these meetings over and over again. And it's not just meetings. They have article after article after article. Google searches are going up about UAPs all the time. All right? So the truth is out there, man. The writing is on the wall. Esau's New World Order is finna get set up real quick, because they know that they have but a short time, man. All right? And, speaking about that powerful G-force, that's also in the scriptures. Let's go ahead and go to Isaiah chapter 19 and verse 1. And it reads, the burden of Egypt, right? Which Egypt, we know spiritually, is talking about America. Behold, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai rideth upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt. And the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. All right. And on a low level, that's happening now, man. All right. Egypt's heart is melting. All right. Their idols, one of the idols of Egypt, man, is this damn technology that Esau has. All right. And now that you guys are watching, all right, and not just you guys, but the whole world is watching these congressional hearings, now they're seeing that Esau's technology doesn't stack up to the technology of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai. All right. And they want to take the glory from the Lord and give it to aliens. But guess what? When the Lord returns, everybody's going to believe on that day. It's going to be plain. All right. But for now, only the elect is really picking this up for the most part. Okay. Yeah, the burden of Egypt, because this is going to fuck Egypt up, man. This is going to fuck this America up. This is how the Lord is going to take vengeance on this place. Isaiah 66 and 15 says, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Now the Lord is going to be killing a lot, because the Lord's a man of war, and he's coming back for war. All right, laser beams going to be shooting out of these chariots. All right, chariot might chase down these fighter jets. All right, they might do all type of maneuvers and try to get out, think they got away, and boom, the chariot just appears right in front of them just to fuck with them, man. The Lord is cold, man. Esau's gonna have hell to pay, man, and he's gonna be, utterly terrified, which he is already. All right, but the point here is, behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, man. Swift. Let's get that word swift. H7031. God.
Strong's H 7031. Cal.
Mm-hmm. It says swift, light, fleet, swift. One who is swift. Okay? And swift goes into light, as in lightweight or rapid. Right? We were talking about acceleration. Let's get the word rapid. Happening in a short time or at a fast pace. Right? And that's what they were talking about. Swift, speedy, high speed, expeditious, express, brisk, lively, prompt, flying, fleeting, lightning. Right? And let's get the word swift in the regular dictionary, which means moving or capable of moving at high speed. Right? And they're talking about in comparison to the already high speed fighter jets. It's just like, people worship this modern technology and say, oh, back in the day, we had a horse and a chariot, and that was it, a horse and those little wooden carts, those chariots. That's all we had back in the day. And look, now we have cars, airplanes, fighter jets. All right, well, guess what? Hey, we're looking at these fighter jets and saying, okay, so your fighter jet is pretty much like a horse and a chariot compared to the Lord's technology, man. All right, Esau's technology is primitive compared to the Lord's technology, man. It doesn't even compare. So you Edomites, man, you Edomites stand no chance. All right, you heathens stand no chance. And you 2/3 that even dare team up with Esau against Yahweh Shem Shai, you stand no fucking chance, man. And the Lord is going to fucking destroy you all. All of you motherfuckers who are against him. Because if you're not with us, you against us, man. All right? This is Isaiah 34 and verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea and upon the people of my curse to judgment. All right? Isaiah 34 and 5 in the blue letter. We know that's talking about Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. Because if we get Idumea, right? Edom.
Strong's H123. Edom. Edom.
Edom, which means red, right? Because their skin is red. Right? Pink, red. Idumea, a descendant of Esau. You see? Yep. Those are the people of the Lord's curse, man. All right? We're going to close with this. This is Jeremiah 25:33. And the slain of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, shall be at that day. What day? On the day of the Lord. When Yahushai makes his return, shall be at that day from one end of the earth, even unto the other end of the earth. They shall not be lamented, neither gathered nor buried. They shall be dung upon the ground. All right, that's what's coming, man. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai. Look up, Yasharallah, because our redemption draweth nigh. Keep the faith. All right, keep pushing, keep believing. Stay in the scriptures. Stay circumspect. All right, I pray that lesson was edifying to the hopeful elect out there. I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, from whom I learned this truth. And until next time, Shalom.